2022 Mercedes-Benz EQS first look. This EV has screens, range, smoothness. Flagship electric sedan promises to nail the EV basics while spoiling occupants with luxury. The Mercedes EQ all-electric sub-brand is finally ready to make its grand debut with the reveal of its flagship model, the 2022 Mercedes-Benz EQS. The S-Class of the EQ lineup, it's aimed squarely at the Tesla Model S in size and range but loaded with far more luxury features, running the gamut from the dashboard spanning hyperscreen to the rejuvenating nap mode. A new look for a new sub-brand. There's something different about the look of the EQS, and the industry term you're looking for is cab forward. Traditional Mercedes sedans have long hoods and setback windshields, owing in part to their combustion engines and rear-wheel drive layouts. The EQS has a short, stubby hood and a windshield that nearly reaches the front wheel. More common in front-wheel drive cars, this design opens up a lot more interior space for the passengers, and with no combustion engine to worry about, passenger space and comfort were Mercedes' top priorities. It also makes the car look like a supersized and electrified Lincoln MKZ. This shape, along with 19-inch wheels, that won't be offered in the US, and power-retracting door handles, that will allow the aerodynamics team to get a 0.20 coefficient of drag, which Mercedes is claiming beats both the Lucid Air and Tesla Model S for slipperiest in the world. If you don't really care about that, wheel sizes range from 20 to 22 inches. Without a combustion engine to cool, the grille has been replaced with a solid panel punctuated by a pattern of, you guessed it, 3 pointed stars. Behind the panel are the various sensors needed for advanced driver aids like adaptive cruise control and lane centering. The combined shape of the panel and headlights is called the EQ mask, and will be a signature element on EQ models, along with the wave beltline that rises from the front and then drops just ahead of the C-pillar. There is no frunk cargo space under the hood as in other EVs, it's filled with electronics. The weird little door behind the driver's side front wheel, in case you're wondering, is the pop-out filler neck for the windshield washer fluid. So what is under the hood? Built on Mercedes EQ's new EVA2 architecture, the EQS rides on a familiar skateboard-style chassis full of proprietary batteries developed by Mercedes and its suppliers. The US will only get the larger 108 kWh battery at launch, though a smaller 90 kWh battery available elsewhere could come later. The base EQS 450 Plus will be rear drive, powered by a single rear-mounted permanently excited synchronous electric motor. The more powerful EQS 584 Modich will have standard all-wheel drive, provided by front and rear-mounted e-motors. The 450 model is rated at 329 horsepower and 406 pound-feet of torque, while the 580 makes a combined 516 horsepower and 611 pound-feet and will hit 60 miles per hour in 4.3 seconds. Top speed is limited to 130 miles per hour to preserve range. Mercedes EQ is touting a driving range of up to 478 miles on the more generous WLTP test cycle used elsewhere in the world. America's stricter EPA test cycle will likely knock that number down below 400 miles, especially since we don't get the 19-inch wheel option necessary to achieve maximum range. The EPA number will be released closer to the on-sale date, and it remains to be seen whether it'll out-road trip the 380-mile Model S. The car rides on a standard air suspension with electronically adaptive dampers and will not offer Mercedes' e-active body control system. Rear steering is also standard, making the car both more maneuverable, shrinking the turning circle to just 35.8 feet, roughly the same as a Honda Civic.